Kisan call center. Kisan call center. The number is 1800 180 150 1551. The country today has an impressive telecom network both in the private and government sector. Over 5 lakh villages has a public telephone in the country. It has been felt for long that this impressive telecom network could be put to effective use for delivering knowledge and information to the farming community. A call center based extension service will be delivering knowledge and information exactly as per the requirement of the farming community. This system would also help to keep a record of what is being delivered to the farmers in terms of knowledge and information. The Kisan Call Center scheme is available throughout the country. The Kisan Call Center scheme has been functioned from 21/1/2004. The call centers can be accessed by the farmers all over the country on a common toll-free number that is 1800 180 150 1551. Since 10th June 2004, the call center service has been made available right from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., except on Sundays and gazetted holidays. Beyond these hours, the call are attended in the voice recording mode. What is the concept behind Kisan Call Center? The challenges before Indian agriculture are immense. This sector needs to grow at a fast rate than in the past to allow for higher per capita income and consumption. About two-thirds of workforce directly or indirectly depend on agriculture. This sector generates about 28% of its GDP and over 15% of exports, rising consumer prosperity, and the search by farmers for higher income will stimulate simultaneously drive crop diversification. Export opportunity for agriculture products are also expected to continue to grow, provided India could meet the stability, quality, and presentation standard demanded by the foreign trades and consumers and maintain its comp- comparative advantage as a relatively low cost product producer. Public extension system requires a paradigm shift from top down blanket dissemination of technical packages total towards providing producer with the knowledge and understanding with which they solve their own location specific problems. Continuous two-way interaction among the farmers and agriculture scientists is the most critical component of agriculture extension. At present, At present, the issue has been addressed by the extension system of State Department of Agriculture, State Agriculture University ASAUs, KVKs, Kisan Vigyan Kendras, non-government organization NGOs and private extension services through various extension approach in transfer of technology. With the availability of telephone and internet, it is now possible to bridge this gap to quite a large extent by using an appropriate mixture of technology. The Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India has launched Kisan Call Center with a view to leverage the extensive telecom infrastructure in the country to deliver extension service to the farming community. The purpose of this call center is to mainly respond to issues raised by the farmer instantly in the local language on continuous basis.
Okay, so now we move on to our second topic, that is about the extension teaching method. In the previous slides, we studied about the introduction about what is extension teaching methods and how the learning and teaching process take place in extension teaching method. So now we will move on to extension teaching methods and what are their classification, and inside the classification what is the matter. So the first thing is we have to know what is actually teaching extension teaching methods. So extension teaching methods are the tools and techniques used to create situation in which communication can take place between the rural people and the extension workers. So it's simply the techniques and tools that is used by the extension workers to teach the rural people. For example, if a person wants to give a demonstration of how to do harvesting through the threshers or the machineries, then that person has to have a good quality of technique, that is, and tools. That is, tools in this example can be associated with the tractors or the machineries or the um, tractor and the machineries that are used, and how to install, how to start, how to use it. That can be the techniques. Other thing is that there are so many techniques for different crops, so they have to teach all that to the rural people. Actually, in this method, in this teaching method, the extension worker has to be very patient to understand the rural people mind and act according to that. Uh, they are the methods of expanding new knowledge and skills to the rural people by drawing their attention towards them. So it's simply like they need to have something very interesting for them, not the same, the monotonous things that they are doing from several years. That should be a good, good techniques or good things, so that the person is so much involved in that and get excited to learn about the thing, arouse their interest. That is, if you will do the same thing, maybe the interest of the people will be very less and they will avoid being coming together and learning about the things. So you need to have something very interesting thing, so that the people by themselves they come dragging towards whatever the things you are doing, and helping them to have a successful experience of the new practices. So whatever the practices is there, they need to have a successfully experience to the people. Why? Because new practices are not adopted to everyone, and being in the rural areas, people are very um, traditional, and they are stubborn about the culture and the process that they are following from years to years. So it's very difficult for them to change their mind, change their behavior, and uh, come up with something new, which is very much important to them. And the new practices will help them to understand the fact, like whether the thing is very much valid to them or not, whether they are able to come up with the facts, whether they are able to understand the things, whether it is hampering their previous life or not. This should be there. A proper understanding of these methods and their selection for a particular type of work are necessary. So it's simply like whatever methods we are using and whatever the selected material that we are using for explaining the new practices should be necessary for that thing. It's not like unnecessary things you put it on that and it will become a problem for them itself. So this is the classification of extension teaching methods. So this classification of extension teaching method is divided into two forms. One is according to use and other one is according to the form. If you talk about the according to the use, it is individual contact method, group contact method, and mass contact method. And according to form, written, spoken, visual, and or objective, or spoken or visual. Okay, so now we move on to first thing according to the use. So one way of classifying the extension method is according to their use and nature of content. So according to the use, why we classify into use? Because most of the methods are always having a tool and techniques. So where that tools are used and how you are going to contact to the people using that tools and the techniques how you will use to that person, how you will interact or you will explain the technique to the person. In other words, whether they are used for contacting people individually in a group or in a mass. So we can say that what type of nature of contact is, whether it is an individual person who has came to learn about the new practices, or it is a group of people, like it's a 10 to 15 people, and whether it is a mass, it's a huge people, you are it's people from all over this district, or it's a people from all over the state that are coming. Based upon the nature of contact, they are divided into individual, group, and mass contact methods. So now we will understand how these, according to the use, these things are being divided. So first one is individual contact method. So extension method under this category provide opportunity for face-to-face or person-to-person contact between the rural people and the extension worker. So uh, individual contact methods, it will help the person to get involved with the fact that how this person is going to uh, benefit how the process or the whatever the extension worker has came up with the program is going to benefit to the person. So sometimes the person first they explain to the panchayat, they will enter the village and they will explain to the panchayat, and the panchayat, the sarpanch of that panchayat is the main person who come up and understand the fact, like this is the thing I need to work upon, or this is the new concept I have brought, this is the program. Plus it means they are contacting individually, then understanding the local problem, they need to have a contact with other people also. These methods are very effective in teaching new skills and creating goodwill between farmers and the extension worker. Okay, so as a human nature, when you are in a group, you are introducing yourself mm, to the person in a group. Many of the people will not understand you, will not have a good interaction with you, because maybe they have some other idea or other conception about you, or other perception about you. But when you have the person as um what we say, as individually, when you contact them, then you will understand that the person is very much involved in whatever you are saying. So maybe he will be good listener and he will understand the fact, and it is easy for you to make him understand, because in a group there are 30 people. If there are 30 people, they are having 30 different minds to explain their this explain a single scenario. But if you are with the individual, you will have a interaction, a good discussion about the things, and then you can have a proper outcome, or the positive outcome. Mostly in the individual contact method, you have a positive outcome to the whatever the program you are having, or whatever the interaction is going on. Second one is group contact method. Under this category, the rural people or the farmers are contacted in a group which usually consists of 20 to 25 people. These groups are usually formed around a common interest. So the second category is this group contact method. So so you are explaining your idea as an extension worker to 20 to 25 farmers, uh, and these farmers are those who are interested in your program. It's not like some other person is there who is not interested, and he comes and he tries to uh, take the important things, or maybe he will disturb you, maybe he will distract you, maybe he will comment in such a way that there is a good then some fight arise, or in what we say, conflict arise. So to avoid that thing, a common interest people, they come together, and that is in that common interest group people, you disseminate your knowledge. This method also involves an face-to-face contact with the people, providing an opportunity for the exchange of ideas. So, like I have said, like if I am talking about the issue of uh, women working in fields, whether women should be working in the field, or whether uh, children should also, means whole family is working on the field, or whether women are kept at home. So there is a interaction between the farmers to explain whether how much that is important. If it is not important, what is the reason? If it is important, what is the reason? And how you can improve that thing, so that all things works together. So these methods also involve, okay, for discussion on problems and technical recommendation, and finally for the describing the future course of action. So giving an idea, then having a discussion on that idea, and taking solution of that problem, possible solution, and you can also give some techniques or the solution to them, so that that is very much acceptable by them, and then carrying out that particular thing for the future. For example, if there is a irrigation problem, or transportation, means market problem is there, where people are not able to go to the market and sell their products. So we can have some, we can sit on that thing, why people are, there is a very less contact with the market and the farmer. So they will give some ideas, like maybe the roads are not good, maybe there is no not enough yield that we get, or people, they don't give money, and also there are thousands of things, and then we sum up that roads are not good, or the vehicles are not coming to that. Because of that, vehicles are not coming to the village, so they can have a solution on that particular thing. and they can recommend for making government or the local government to make mm, roads so that they can have interaction. Then mass contact methods. So mass contact method in this, an extension worker has to approach a large number of people for disseminating a new information and helping them to use it. This can be done through mass contact method. These methods are not more useful for making people aware of the new agriculture technology quickly. So if there is a different type of irrigation is there, different type of chemical fertilizers are there. So mass contact method helps them to get the idea in 2 to 3 seconds, and the person will have some important factors which will help them to go through the things. So the extension worker will use some new information to disseminate to the farmers. So important extension teaching methods under three category are listed below. So these are the three category. So for individual contact method, farm and home visit. Like individual means if you go to the one farmer's farm, you go and ask your yield is very nice, what is the reason, how this thing is going on. Then home visit, how your livelihood is, if the project is about monitoring the livelihood of the people who are living in the rural area, so they go for that. Then office calls are there, like one to one communication is there. So you, if you have any doubt, you can call to the ICR office, or sorry, KBK office, or any Kisan helpline call or something, and then uh, you can go and I have a interaction with it. Then telephone calls, then through personal letter also you can have a interaction with one to one individual. Then group is mass demonstration or result demonstration, national demonstration leading like training meetings are there, conferences are there, meetings are there, workshops are there. Then field trips like 20 25 people are my is are group together, and they all go to some area where they have people who have done demonstration on so many products, and they have adopted new technology. So field trips are good for them to understand, like before making the any project, they you can have a field trip so that the farmers can easily understand what is the need for that particular program. Mass mass contact methods are about bulletins, like you have posters and leaflets are there. Um, then circulars are there, then radios are there, televisions is there, exhibitions are there, then Kisan Mela or something are there, posters are there that are displayed. Thousands of people, whether interested or not interested, they all see in that. Then, according to the form, according to the form, they have divided into three, that is written, spoken, audio, and visual. So, written is bulletin thing, leaflet, personal letter, circulars. These are all the form of write up. Okay, spoken like meetings, discussion they are having, office calls are there, then telephone calls are there, and radios are there. That are all spoken. One person speaks and everybody listens to it. Then a objective or a visual, that is result demonstration, how to, if you are introducing something program related to the fertilizers. So if you applied NPK in this particular amount with this new chemical, then how much yield will be there. That is, and if the result are positive, that the yield is benefited to the farmer, then it will show a result demonstration. Then demonstration posters are there. So for every process, they have a poster, like how to sow the seeds, at what distance, how to do mulching, how to do rotation cropping, and also posters are there. Then motion pictures like movies are there, so that is, then graph, because of this new introduction, how much the graph has went, how much the yield was there, how much income was given to the family. Then slides, films, models, and exhibitions. So there are so many models that we are using to give to the people. Okay, so this is all about what this extension teaching methods are there. We will learn about each of the product in the later coming session, and it will be very helpful. And we will come across so many different types that will um, be used, and which type is suitable for what form of information dissemination.
Extension methodology for transfer of agricultural technology, mass contact methods, exhibition. Exhibitions are the mass communication media. These inform, educate, and entertain the masses. They are of educational value, but the maintenance of the exhibition is relatively a very costly and difficult venture. However, careful planning and execution can achieve the objective of educating the viewers with who learn a lot from these exhibitions. So exhibition is a type of a mass contact method where through exhibiting a particular topic or exhibition of particular model or um, technical framework is shown to the group of people, and these group of people they try to grab the all the knowledge that is being expected to be shown by the exhibition. So this exhibition inform in the sense which one is the best one, which what are the different models and which one is the best one. For example, if we talk about our Kisan Mela, in the Kisan Mela we find a lot of people who exhibit their models of irrigation, harvesting, plowing, digging, plantation, and all that thing. So even they show different type of other frameworks with it so that the people can understand which one is better. They exhibit all the models which are possible in a particular area, and then they ask for the people to look after it. And if they find the most relevant one, then they get more information from the person who is present at the exhibition. It educate people, educate in the senses how the person is going to understand which one is the better and how much it is required to see. Then it entertain also. Most of the thing we have known that by most people they when they see anything they learn. So demonstration is the biggest part in exhibition. So whenever there is an exhibition, there is a demonstration of things, and this exhibition helps the people to um, get knowledge about the particular thing that is or the model that is shown in the exhibition. So it is not just the people will understand, but it also entertain how the process is going on that becomes interest for the people. They are of educational value, but maintenance of the exhibition is relatively costly and difficult venture. So it is not always a easy go. Uh, it needs a place. It need people to come up. It need organization. It need planning. So this costly. It is costly in that sense, and difficult for venture means like every time a person cannot singly go and see every single person can alone go and visit each and everything and then decide which one is the better. So it becomes a difficult in that sense. However, careful planning and execution can achieve the objective of educating the viewers. So if you plan carefully about the thing, then it is easy for the person or the individual to learn and to know what actually the objective of the exhibition is and what thing he can take home with him. Second one is Kisan Melas. So the Kisan Melas is an organized educational activity for involving and educating farmers by bringing together the farmers, scientists, extension workers, input agencies, development departments, and non governmental agencies on agriculture or aligned expert or at a research station or an agriculturally important educational center where the farmer can see, interact, and gain first hand knowledge about the latest technology and develops in agriculture and aligned aspects. It integrates several educational activities specifically directed by the farmer of a region, state, or a country. So, by the name, it is said it, Kisan Mela. By the name, it gives a big fest type of visual visualization, and actually, this Kisan Mela is more related to educational activities rather than a entertainment activity. um, it gives first-hand information to the farmers like this is the technology which is going on latestly going on in the agriculture, and if they adopt it what will be the benefit and what will be the drawbacks, and if somebody is interested in this particular thing then this person can gain a knowledge more in depth in that by the expert people who are present at the Kisan Mela. So it does not only have the experts of one field or the person who is demonstrating the model, but it also have a collaboration with the farmers who comes and sees and adopt the models that are latestly introduced in agriculture. Then there are scientists who have already studied this process and came up with the conclusion that this should be implemented and this should be uh, disseminate this information should be disseminated into the farmer or the rural area so that the people the can get benefit out of it. Then extension workers, actually extension worker are the mediators between the scientist and the farmer, so they modify their technical terms into a very simple way, and they find a very simple way to make the farmer understand what actually the scientists are trying to tell. Then there are input agencies, like some are people who have uh, come from the agency that we will sponsor for this thing, whatever technology you are trying to do. Like many of like there are so many ICAR, ARI, these are all the agencies that comes up. Then development departments are there. So like Ministry of Agriculture can be a part of this on the level of district or a village, and try to improve the village condition that is going on. And there are so many non-government NGOs are there that comes up and tries to build a environment so that the farmer feel free to adopt anything and implement it. So it integrates several education activities specifically directed to the farmers of a region, state, or country. So it's not just farmer of one area or one small place, but it is for everyone, anywhere, living anywhere in the world. Then comes some of the popular communication medium in contact method. First, we will see about the historical features. The Madras Presidency Club pioneered radio broadcast in India in 1924. The club worked a broadcasting service for 3 years, but owing to the financial difficulties, gave it up in 1927. In the same year, some enterprising businessmen in Bombay started the Indian Broadcasting Company with station at Bombay and Calcutta. This company failed in 1930. In 1932, the government of India took over the broadcasting, a separate department of known as Indian Broadcasting Service was opened. Later, it was designated as All India Radio and was placed under a separate ministry, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So, the first historical um, mass contact method is flashcard. So, what does a flashcard is and what does it do? One, it has one message in each card. Inevitably, all cards must process period pictorial symbolic representation of message. So every card in this flash card has a picture, and that picture can be of anything related to the topic, and easily people can understand. So that type of picture has been pasted. Not only pictures, but some of the symbols are there. If the people they want to tell the farmers about the different marks, originality, if we talk about the original or certifications. So if they talk about the signs and symbols that are um, what we say original, so to make them know about the signs, they can have a flashcard with like egg mark, then hallmark, or uh, which mark is very important in agriculture. Then third point is the letter or the pictorial representation in each card must be visible to all. So it shouldn't be a very small picture or a very tiny picture on one page. It should be a good picture that shows what you actually want to tell the people. So it should be visible to everyone. It's not like only you can see and you can just explain. Then organize the card in proper sequence and number them. So organization of the card is very important because this flash card tells a story which has a continuation in it. We can't go from last to end and from end to first. So it's a proper sequence should be there so that the people can understand step by step what actually the extension worker or the people are trying to tell them. Then rehearse the presentation. It is very important to rehearse the presentation because many of the times people fail to give a big picture about what is actually they wanted to say. They have a huge gap in what they say and what they do. So this type of thing is being said. So rehearsal is very much important. Give local example. So hi-fi examples are not appreciated in flashcard because maybe the people, the to whom they are representing this presentation may not be aware of the facts. For example, if we go to the rural areas and we talk about the preservation process, like nitrogen is should be this much, potassium should be this much, carbon should be this much in the soil, and yet this thing. Maybe most of the farmers they don't know about it. So first understand, have a survey and understand what actually does your contact people are having as a base. After that only try to have some local example that they can understand easily and they can reflect the example with the topic that you are explaining. Be enthusiastic and develop a story. So every flashcard needs a story to be told. So develop a good story so that people can understand it easily and keep it in mind, because story is type of entertainment, and tries people always keep the story as a remark for themselves, and they can also, if they also want to tell this story to other people, they can go on. Then comes the second historical mass contact method, that is poster. So poster is a very common contact method that we can see everywhere. Whenever there is a awareness program, whenever there is a competition in schools or colleges, or on government level, whenever there are some mm ideas that are newly, whenever there is a criminal thing also, wanted posters are seen everywhere. So poster has been a very um, like good link from the past, and it is continued till today. So what does the word poster mean? Why that is more effective? uh, the poster word, the P stand for part of the program, O stand for the objective, S for the single idea, simple word and pictures, T stand for telling the story at a glance, and E effect on audience, and R result and evaluation. So these words clarification has given a good picture of what does a poster is. So the part of the program means it always shows the idea, and it is always the main part of the idea or the program. If there is a awareness program then of AIDS or HIV, it will have some poster related to HIV. If there is anti-ragging campaign going on or awareness about the and ragging, not to do ragging, then there will be some poster which is very effective to understand, and objective should be there. So if our objective is anti-ragging, so anti-ragging should be there. It should reflect that okay, this is the objective that the poster wants to reflect to the audience. Then simple idea, it shouldn't be so complex that people don't understand as an artifact, and for that knowledge they need to have some extra education to understand. It shouldn't be like that. Then it always tells a story at one glance. Okay, if I see anti-ragging poster, i I am able to understand at one glance like it is bad for the students or bad for the humanity. Then after seeing the poster, many of the people they uh, get affected by it. They understand what actually the poster wants to tell, and mm, whether it is we should do it or not. Okay, for example, if we see in the um, poster of our government politicians, people get affected by their vows they make, the promises they make, the written promises that are displayed on the poster, and they try to vote for that particular candidate. Then result and evaluation. So actually what does our result is, people will understand or get the objective from the poster and they won't do that thing, and if they don't do that thing, maybe that will affect the society. So this is what the result and evaluation that comes out. Then there are holdings. So uh, there must be only one single and specific idea. We have seen an ad of Fair and Lovely everywhere. So it just saw a face and a word, Fair and Lovely. The key point must be appealing to all farmers. So if you talk about some agricultural product, if there is new irrigation method or new harvesting tractors are there, then the effective tractor should be there and picture should be so attractive that the farmer can have a appealing, means get attracted towards that poster, that holding. It must be placed in such a way that the viewers from two sides can look and observe. So it is kept in a place where everybody can view easily. Whether you are coming, whether you are going, you can see it easily. The holdings must be installed at the point where the block division limited limits starts, so that the major crop recommendation to be covered in the area by the exhibition extension agency may be highlighted in the holder. So like if, like for example, we were talking about um, ex- harvesting machines. So the who is sponsoring them, how much loan it will give, how much benefit it will give, what type of crop can be cut, all these things should be broadcast through this holders. Then film shows, as the word film sh- gives an idea of a movie or a picture show that uh, reflects some meaningful ideas to the viewers. So preview the film, note the main teaching point, difficult words, etc., that are to be clarified to the audience. Relate the lesson to their own self interest. Write questions on the chalkboard if possible and explain that these questions will be answered in the film. Obsolete information should be avoided by the supplementing with latest information. Select the film which is relevant to the area or people. If we if we see a Discovery Channel, we come up with some facts that how the environment is being affected. So if we are talking about the impact of fertilizers or pesticide on the field, we need to have a particular picture or a film show, so which gives the idea of what is going to be shown, means like what the preservatives will do, or the pesticides will do, or the fertilizer if we use in excess, what they does, how it is going to affect the environment, how it is going to affect the people, how it is going to affect the crops. A three-dimensional thing can be shown through film shows. Also, in the film show, posture should be good. A good posture suggests that the speaker is alert and poised a good standing position is sufficient. So if we talk about the impact of the person on audience who is going to be the main head of extension information, then this person should have a good posture. So he should be very good alert person. He should have good eye contact. Okay, it is looking squarely at people in the audience. The eyes swept around from person to person, section to section, forward and backward, and side to side. Look at the audience, make them feel you are interested in them. It establishes rapport with them. It develops the votes confident in the speaker. It prevents any deviation on the part of audience. It keeps the audience attentive all the way.